Alright, what's good, y'all? My name is Brandon and I'm a clothing designer, and I've been documenting my journey becoming a clothing designer. So that last video you seen, I went to James and obviously I was unhappy. Just getting the samples back completely wrong. He's making silly mistakes that he shouldn't be making. Like with the jacket, he presented me with a jacket that was the incorrect size and he's trying to tell me it's a large. And I'm like, bro, this isn't a large. He even had a fit reference for a jacket that I tried on that he said we're gonna make it this same size. They didn't do. With the collar on the jacket, he presented me with the regular collar. It was supposed to be a chino collar. I had to be like, yo, this was supposed to be a chino collar. Then he's like, oh yeah, this was supposed to be a chino collar. Like, I can fix that, no problem. Why are you presenting me samples that are incomplete or you know that are wrong? Or you're lying about them being a size that you know they're not. Now with the pants, dart placements, I gave him the mock-ups back and I showed him exactly where I wanted the darts. They put the darts wherever they want them, then they present the pants to me. I'm like, the darts are in the wrong spot. The darts are in the wrong spot, so the pants are fitting weird. It's not working, James. They were supposed to make the pants a 36. You even hear him in the video say, yeah, I was gonna make these pants a 36, like she should have made a 36. He measures the pants. He tells me the measurements are a 34, then he's like, no, they're a 35. But then he's like, but we did make them bigger. Okay, that's cool and all, but it's not the size that you and I agreed on, which was a 36, like you said before you started to measure the pants. And this is the kind of stuff that you shouldn't be dealing with, or it shouldn't even really be a conversation. Like, you guys made the wrong size. I asked for a particular size, so why are you presenting this to me or trying to convince me that you did your job right and I'm tripping? These are the kind of things you shouldn't be dealing with a manufacturer. The communication should be a lot simpler, and they should understand the details and things you're asking for. They should be able to deliver on that. And like I said before previously in another video, sometimes when you're dealing with a particular manufacturer, they don't necessarily, if you're going in there with too complex of a design, they're not gonna be able to deliver. And that's not necessarily their fault, but in a sense it is, because they'll tell you what they need to tell you to get you in the door. But honestly, like I said before, the only way you really find out if it's a good fit is actually going through the process, which sucks to say, but it's like, you kind of got to get burned a couple of times before you find the right fit for you. So in this next video, I was posting about the process, and somebody from TikTok, another manufacturer, reached out to me, was like, yo man, like I see what you're going through, like you should pull up, I want to help you. I want to, explain to you how the process should work, and and show what it would be like working with him. So this is a video of me going to meet up with a new manufacturer, because after that last experience with James and all the lying, I'm like, this is it, and it took me a while to find this new guy that I'm going to meet with, because like I said, I didn't really have too much, I didn't really have too many places to go to find information, like where to go. So I'm glad he reached out to me, but this is going to be the process of me pretty much vetting him as a manufacturer to see if it'll be a good fit. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm finally here with Eli from Turnkey. I know a lot of y'all like, why you keep going back to James? Why you keep going back to James? Like I said, I had to finish the project. So I'm here and I can talk to somebody about the pants. All right, so here's the pants and the jacket. And I have some videos I can show you too as far as how the pants fit. I want to move this. You can check all that out. Yeah. That's the wrong zipper, right? Like, this is a zipper for like this, right? It's the same zipper.
No, well you could, it depends. No, this is right. Normally on this you use an M6, and on these you would use an M8. That's the thickness.
Okay.
So you have an idea.
Because I was tripping out when I tried the pants on. The zipper was like huge. I don't know if it wasn't enough fabric here on the fly, but I mean, I like how you can see it, but I just felt like that part was entirely too big.
We normally use Riri, it's a little expensive, but like this is an M8. So that's an M8. You would probably want to put that on the
this
jacket.
is what I was telling him. He said he couldn't, they couldn't get.
And even if you don't get Riri, you can get like cheap ones like this that are like $5 or something. But it's still the same shit. Oh no, this is Riri. Well, even if you don't use Riri, even like some YKKs, oh look, these are some like cheaper zippers, M6, it's still the same thing. The number indicates the size. So for pants, you would use M6. For jackets, you would use M8, M10, or something like that. So.
Okay. I already know this shit is rough.
Like really rough. I mean, do you want me to tell you, like, or Where do you want to start? Because
Wherever, bro. Like, give it to me. Because I already know. It's like it's.
Well, this pattern's kind of like. Okay, so let's start out with the style. So your goal with these, if I remember, was this.
Mm-hmm. To be fitted up here, then blow
and then
out.
just like blow out like that. That's it, right? And then you wanted that seam to come all the way to the front.
If it was needed, but I figured that was just more so.
No, needed? No. This is the style. Look. See that seam? Yeah. And then see how it goes like that? Style. It doesn't create to anything. Like it's just a style line. That's all it's doing. These are really big. But when you wear them,
it's alright. Really glad. Yeah.
But when you wear it, that line will come all the way.
That's it.
So it's just a style line. You don't need it for anything besides a style. That's a style line.
It's okay.
Yeah, like if we could do this, we could make it bow out as much as you want. We could make it like balloon, you know, like back in the days, you know, like, and then we could add that line as a style line, but it's not
this joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just like this. It's just a style line. It's not for.
So this seam wouldn't mess with how this flows out on the side.
No, it's just a style line.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want this style line, we can do that. It's not a problem. But you don't need it. You wanted this?
I did that just because I was trying to get I wanted to see the shape on the body because when I just put them on, they kind of just fell flat. So I was just at the house messing with them. But he put that one in. I put these in like the rough ones in, but he had put a couple of them in.
But you asked for pleats? Like you were like, hey, I want pleats here?
Yeah, because I figured it would give more of the bow shape that I was trying to get in the leg.
Okay, well, we don't need these here. You don't need any of these.
To have that shape I'm looking for in between the legs?
Yeah, not at all. Well, the shape that you want is out here, right?
Yeah. More so like that picture I showed you and
yeah, we don't need any of this at all.
okay.
Yeah, like unless you wanted pleats and you know, like some people like the look of this, but you don't need any of this stuff like at all. You would just the way you do this is that the pattern would just come like straight out and just start doing this, and then it would just come from like a zero, just kind of go like that. So the pattern itself will already be like that.
And it would do that.
Yeah, and it would do that whole thing. Some people, like I've seen some that are like super big like this. So that's all you need. We wouldn't need any of this.
And
like
that wouldn't fall flat like when I wear it without pleats.
No, the pleats they're not necessary at all. I mean, at some point, every pant is gonna fall flat-ish.
Right.
You know, like if you do this to any pant, it'll obviously go out.
Right.
But but the shape will still be like that. You might have to exaggerate it a lot to make sure that it always has that.
That shape.
Yeah, but we wouldn't need any of this stuff. Unless you wanted it. Like this would be, I think he was trying to do this because he thought that you had to cinch it, which it makes sense. I get what he's doing. You would do this, right? And then you have that. But then you have all this that you don't
necessarily need.
Yeah, you don't need any of that.
The pockets are super low. They sit like super low. Like back pocket is like almost here.
Did you ask for a yoke square like this? Yeah, this is useless.
Because he had the Cohort pants as a reference, and I was like, I just want to build off of this with the shape. And that's when he was like, well, we have to do this complete wraparound thing. And I'm like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, that's the only way we're gonna be able to get the shape you want. So he wanted to alter the whole design. But what I had was pretty much something straight like that.
Yeah.
And it had the balloon. I didn't bring my sketchbook, but it ballooned out.
Yeah.
It was like it won't work.
Okay.
Because I kind of do like remember the original picture I showed you with the creases in it, with the pants? They kind of had like the piece in the back. I did kind of like that ripple part, but I feel like it might, it might be a little too much.
Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said I wouldn't need these, right?
No, unless you want them. But they're
Kind of like a couple of them, not a lot. I do kind of like where it looks like it's been pulling, but
yeah.
it's just more.
Well, here's what we can do is that the pant is going to be oversized no matter what. We could do these later on if you want. Because basically the pleats just kind of do this, and they take away like an eighth, you know, so now you have a quarter that you remove, and that's it. You're not, because it's so big, it's not going to take away much too, yeah. And if anything, we could make the adjustment on the computer and then it'll be fine. But this we could add on later, but you don't need this right now. Okay. So I think we should get the style out first, and then you could decide if you want these little whiskers right here. Okay. Because, you know, sometimes they do look cool, like here, but you might be also be able to do this on the wash where it just looks like you're doing that. You know, that's what they kind of do. Okay. So let's not worry about this, but you don't really need this.
Some more self-focus, like you said.
Yeah, getting the style out. Okay. Because that's going to be the part that we need to focus on. And getting this out, making sure that it's enough for you. And then the waist is what, 36?
Yeah.
Is it, you want it to stay 36, or normally, like, if it's non-stretch denim, the rule is you normally size up. Okay. So if it's a true 30, like if you're using denim, you never want it to be a true 36 because they're usually a size up. No, shrinkage is another thing. So yeah, so shrinkage would be another thing. But we'll talk about all that stuff later on, because if we're gonna use like raw denim, once you take it to the wash, it's gonna shrink down. Okay. So that's something that we can talk about when we do grading. Okay. And then we can figure that out, because you're gonna need it in one foot. Right. Because it's gonna shrink. Right. But normally, like most pants that you buy, if they say 36, they're actually 37. Or even up to 2 sizes higher. 34 could be a 36. 36 could be a 38. That's why it's never true. None of it is never true. Yeah, then that's how it is. Like this is a 36, but it actually measures like 37 and some change. Okay. Because it doesn't stretch. So there's no stretch, there's no pull. Women's stuff, or if it's like skinny denim where it stretches, they could be true to size because it'll stretch out. So that, I could make it exactly 36, and then, but it's up to you. But just normally you size up just to prepare for it, so then you would want like a 35. Yeah, I'll probably do to make it 36. So finished 36, actual size 35. 35, yeah. Okay. Because you go down. Okay. And then that's important because when we do your grading, it'll be your base size will be a 35. Okay. Because then you want it to be a 36. Right. Yeah. So 35.
How much am I looking at?
Yeah.
Probably for something like this.
All right. So the way that we're gonna do that, I normally do things now, is that it's a full price. Now, before I used to break things down and be like, it's gonna be this much for this. Now I'm doing that as a package because I realized that most people need edits. And it's just, it's more economical just to be like, hey, this is what it, you know, as a whole time. Okay. So to do this, it's going to be a little bit expensive. It's going to be $600 for the full development. Okay. Now what that includes is, we're including the material itself, you're including the zipper, you're including 3 edits of your, any edit. Yeah, okay. You get up to 3. Okay. So up to 3 edits, it's going to be all included. We're gonna do a digital file for you as long as a physical. So you're gonna get a pattern like this.
The paper pattern, right?
You get the paper pattern first. You get the full first draft. Then you're gonna get the computerized one, and then the complete sizing of everything. Okay. So once you're like, we're like, yo, this is ready, you're done. Okay. Yeah, like all your sizes. All your sizes are done. So, and that includes the cutting, sewing, hardware that you need, everything. Okay. So it is expensive, but it makes more sense to do it that way. So that way you bundle everything together.
Because compared to, I would just probably be paying for a second sample at that point. So that's why I'm like, it doesn't make sense there.
It makes sense.
It definitely makes sense there.
Yeah. So, and you get everything. Normally, to do grading, you have to go to a different place. Okay. And you do the grading, and then you do all that. So now, if we throw it all in together, is that we don't even touch your paper pattern anymore. Everything would be computerized. So once you tell me you want to go bigger, wider, we do everything on the computer. And then we print it out and we'll do another sample for you. Yeah, because everything else would be broken down. It makes more sense for you and for me. So that way you know that you're paying the price to develop the whole thing.
Yeah. Fuck, I wish I found you first.
I know, I feel so bad. Man. I really feel so bad because you spend so much money and you don't get what you want. I know, dude. I felt that's why I reached out to you, but some people just think it's like bullshit. But yeah,
Almost half a year, bro. That shit
I
is
know.
crazy.
And I was gonna say the turnaround time for this, we're probably looking at no more than like 2 weeks, only because Wednesday I'm on a trip and then I leave until Saturday.
It's cool. I
Yeah.
had to do that car shit. I had to pay for it to get fixed after it got hit. So
Yeah, so if not, it would have been like super fast.
fuck.
Yeah. And after this, once we get it done,
It's done.
It's done. Like you're ready for production.
done.
The only thing that you focus on after this would be sourcing your material. If you want to do contrast colors, whatever it is that you want to do, then you just focus on sourcing material.
After that.
After this.
That is done.
Yeah, and then we just worry about cutting and then doing your samples, and then we could talk about production pricing. But I can't even give you production pricing because I have no idea.
You have to see.
Yeah,
make
I
it
don't know how
first.
complex the design's going to be, where we can make it better, where we can cut some corners to set time. Yeah, for you and for me. It's like
Especially
that-
when you tell me that, and I'm like, I've had to pay for 2-3 samples just on one piece, and I'm like, that
Yeah.
could have been.
It could have just. That's why I always say in business, man, you got to learn to just cut your costs right away. Like you
Yeah.
got to cut your losses, and you're just like, I'm gonna lose here, so I might as well just end it now and move on because. You know, time is more valuable than money.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, and it's just like, I
Yeah.
kinda need to get this out.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to design another pant similar to this, like I said last time,
It's easy to.
it's easy. You could just, we have the pattern itself. Like, hey, I like the same design, but now I want to add another line or whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. All right, but I found you though, so that's all that
Yeah, you
matters
got
right
me now, like, we're
that's all
good.
that matters.
Yeah, you get them right.
All right, bro. I'll be back. Definitely.